All right, guys, this is it. I'm Kelly, the Flicker guy, and this is Black Magic Commander, and we're gonna open us a box of Dominaria United Collector Booster. Yeah, this is our promo card, the Lana War Loom Speaker. He's just a mana dork for a little bit more than caffeine and color. So let's go ahead and get on with this. This is courtesy of our boy out there fighting a good fight, Anthony. We appreciate you, man. You are the best, and yeah, we'll see what we pull for you here. So yeah, we're looking for some good ones. Last time on Double Masters, we had some decent pulls or whatever. Definitely made the box, which is the most important thing, I guess. Get some good stuff to make some commander decks out of. So we're gonna throw that over there. We got our box topper, and we got our sleeves here. And yeah, I guess we'll say the box topper to the end. Let's do that. Just for the, for the feels. We're gonna put the loom speaker over here because that's our promo / first rare there. And let's get with it. We're not gonna make this a long video. We're gonna go with it. Y'all ready? Going into the opening, Dominaria United. Great story. Awesome cards. I think they up some of the commanders and the power level on some of it. I think they're really gonna go wild on the next set, which is the Brothers War. But start off with, we had to hit Dominaria. Phyrexians are back. I love the lore and the Phyrexians trying to go down, kick some butt. So we're gonna go through some of these cards, see what we got here, okay? The Molten Tributary. We're gonna go through some of the comments really quick. If you want to pause the video, you can to see some of those. But we're gonna get to the good stuff. Let's see here. We got that fully. These stained glass lands are really dope. Great additions. Put next to the Kamigawa lands and the Capenna full art lands. So we're gonna put those there. To start off, we got that for the uncommon, we got Garna. This set does have a lot of legendary, so makes it a little bit hard for the standard setup, but makes it amazing for a commander to get some value cards. So we got Garna, Bloodfist of Keld, and we'll do the little separate power for the legends there, for the uncommon legends. Is that gonna make it a little difficult to slide everything down? We should be able to make room for this, I think. Let's see. Temporary lockdown. As you see, all the planeswalkers there: Karn, Teferi, Joda. It's got Stein, who's not a planeswalker, and you got Joda, who's not a planeswalker, but then you have Jaya. So, yep, cool card. People say this is a really interesting card. It says very good. So when temporary lockdown enters the battle for exile each non-land permanent with mana 2 or less until temporary lockdown leaves the field. So basically an O-ring. So interesting. No flash though. Let's go here. We got the Reaver Cleaver off hit. There we go. That's a nice little equipment. Whenever you deal, it has trample, gives you +1/+1, but when you deal damage to a planeswalker or a player, it gives you that many treasures for how much additional damage you did. So really good hit off the rip. So that's our first rare. Awesome. Well, I guess technically, yeah, it's not really our first rare. I guess temporary lockdown is a rare. So technically that is terrible rare. But I guess it'll do. Actually, let's do this. There we go. Make sure you got room so you can kind of see everything there. All right, got Nail, Avizoa, Aeronaut. She's an uncommon commander here. Beautiful in the foil with that stained art glass. I'm not the biggest fan for the creatures with the stained art glass, but some people love it. Just not me. General Mahat Elstragon. He's an uncommon commander, and the funny thing about his ability, he has whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, it gets +3/+3 until end of turn for each creature blocking it. That's basically Bushido. So that's a little throw out there at the Bushido. Driven by rage, directed by his Emperor's Claw. So the good part is we got Samurai in this set, so maybe we'll pull him. Alrighty. Then we have, for the rare, we have the Ever-Changing Dane, which this is one of those 20 of those commanders that could that were basically remastered, redone, or whatever to give actual art and good flavor text to it. So S4 Ever-Changing Dane, great if you're playing a deck where you're taking over people's creatures, just sacking them and turning them into them. So it's pretty cool rare. Next we have Orca Siege Demon. Now this one I wasn't aware of in the set. It's a 7-drop demon trample. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Orca Siege Demon. When Orca dies, it deals damage equal to its power divided as you choose among any number of targets. It's not a bad creature there. Really high cost, but that's pretty dope. I don't know where that was from. I really missed that one. Maybe that's an old Legends. I'm not sure. Oh, a beautiful full extended art Defiler of Instinct. Now these guys are cool. There's a whole set of Defilers, or a cycle of Defilers in this set, one for each color, and they all have basically give Phyrexian mana for any permanents that you're putting down or whatnot. You rather than paying that color cost, you're paid the 2 life. So it's really cool. Whenever you cast a rare permanent spell, the Defiler of Instinct deals 1 damage to any target. So they all have a secondary ability after you cast those permanents of their color to do something. This one just deals damage. Pretty dope. Beautiful art, especially in the extended art. That's nice. And then we have our soldier token and elemental, whatever, little foilies. We will put those. You run out of space, right, when you try to have space. Tokens are going to go sideways up here. How about that? All right, let's go to the next pack. Moving along pretty nicely. We're not going to take forever on these packs. We want to get through them and show you the good stuff and let you get back on with your Labor Day. Happy Labor Day, by the way, everybody. Definitely a good time to celebrate our country as a whole. So, yeah, do your thing. Stop for time, shore up. Timely Interference, Hexbane Tortoise, Protect the Negotiator, Walduvian Berserker, and that nice little shiny land. Plain stained glass is beautiful, man. It's like the sun. Next we have King Darien, a long line of Darians. I'm not gonna go do that number, but yeah, he's pretty cool. That's a full stained glass. He is our rare, our first rare there. Basically, his biggest thing is a sack mechanic to basically let you protect your tokens and give them hexproof and indestructible, or whatever. I mean, he is a lord, which is dope, and you can't put +1 counters on him and create a white creature token. There we go. We have Caves Koilos. Basically, this is a really good land, pain land. So it's always nice to see those. It is our next rare. It's a land that taps for colors, but if you want, you can do one of those colors of his choice. It just deals damage to you. So it just will ping you. So it can hurt you in the long run, but it can be useful as you play. Next, we have Leyline Binding. I'm hearing that this is actually a good one in Standard so far. We'll see how it goes when Standard actually kicks up with these cards coming next week and in the coming weeks, and see what really happens. But basically has Flash and has Domain. Whenever Leyline Binding enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent control until Leyline Binding leaves the battlefield. So it's like an O-Ring, maybe because if you are playing all different land types, I mean, it's only going to cost you 1 mana. So I don't know. We'll see. Next we have Bortuk Bone Rattle. This is our uncommon commander. He's a troll shaman. He has domain when Bortuk Bone Rattle enters the battlefield. If you cast it, choose target creature card in your graveyard. Return that card to the battlefield if its mana value is less than or equal to the number of basic land types among lands you control. Otherwise, put it into your hand. So one of those domain things or whatever. Pretty stained art glass though with the shininess. Here's another Legends. We have Tobias Dune Conqueror. He's a 4-drop human soldier. He's a 3/2 with Flash. Whenever Tobias Dune Conqueror dies, for each non-token creature you control that dies this turn, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token, and he is uncommon. Cool beans. Then we have, oh, nice hit there, Braze Arisen Nightmare, and she is not that stained art glass, which or is it stained art glass? I guess it is. It is. That one's actually doesn't look too bad. A stained art, so that's pretty nice. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or a planeswalker. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with it. For each opponent who doesn't, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card. So that's pretty cool. Similar to the old Braves, but not so broken that they will have to ban her. So hopefully look forward to seeing some games with her in there. So pretty cool. Next we have Danitha, but Knowledge's Hope, and this is a stained glass version of her. Danitha is really dope. Kind of sad for her. Rest in peace to her dad in the story, who actually ended up getting killed by her because he got fractionized. So it's a thing. But this Danitha is really cool. I wish it was a little bit cheaper on the cost, but based off what all she does, I can kind of understand why it's the way it is. Basically, she has First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. She's a 4/4. when she ETBs, she basically, you may put an aura or enchantment card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield attached to Danitha. So you talking stuff like the Colossus Hammer, Caldra Complete, things like that, just getting on her for free, or whatever. So you can smack face. So yeah, that's why she's so high. And then we have Threats Undetected. It is a 2 and a green. Search your library for up to 4 creature cards with different powers. Reveal them. An opponent chooses 2 of those cards. Shuffle the chosen cards into the library and put the rest into your hand. So yeah, beautiful art, and apparently is reminiscent of like 2 other cards. I don't quite remember the names at the moment, but pretty cool. Some people might sleep on this one, but it does give you card selection. And I mean, if you got 4 cool creatures to search for that have different powers, they gonna have some choices to make. So there you go. And then we have our bird token and a goblin on the back. These goblins look kind of rad. All right, going through it. And then hopefully we might get some legend cards up in this thing, man. If that's cool, then that'd be even doper too. Get a legends card, especially a really nice one. And you know, Tabernacle. Thrill of Possibility. Knowledge Sleeper. Yavimaya, Steel Crusher, Toxic Abomination, Balmore. Some people sleep on this guy. I mean, he gives all your creatures prowess, basically, and trample. He's interesting, depending on what kind of spell slinger deck you got. Might not work for him as your commander, but he could make a good support commander. Urte Scorn, which Urte is in this set. In this set, he's come back in Dominaria, brought back by the Phyrexians, and causing mischief and mayhem. This is a counter spell. The spell costs 1 blue less to cast if an opponent casts 2 or more spells this turn. Basically, it makes it a regular counter spell or negate in a sense, but you can counter everything. Not too bad, not the worst, but very conditional. Uh-oh, did I put them in the... No, I put them in the wrong pile. And we got the Stain Art Glass Mountain. It looks very fiery. We have Najal, the Storm Runner. I am not a fan of this art, stained glass art. The regular card for this looks so amazing. It's almost like Flash running out of the clouds, is going ham. And I wish they would have kind of focused on that part of his art rather than this one. But this is one of those uncommon ones. He's just basically a guy who doubles your mana or whatever. So interesting. Not double your mana, I'm sorry, copy your cards. Copy your spells. Instant sorceries. Vidalian Mindslinger. It's a Merfolk Wizard. It's a 3-drop with a kicker of 1 in red and or either 1 in green. Whenever Mindslinger enters the battlefield with 2+1 counters on it for each time it was kicked. When Vidalian Mindslinger enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature with power less than Vidalian Mindslinger's power for as long as you control Vidalian Mindslinger. Yay. Interesting little card. Mana Cannons. Oh man. Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, Mana Cannons deals X damage to any target where X is the number of colors that spell is. So interesting little card there. Great for if you're running Joda and you want to start casting some stuff or whatnot. So that's pretty cool. Tori the Avante Fury Rider, another Stain Art Glass for one of those uncommon legends. It's pretty interesting. Just a little basic. If you want to read her, there you go. There, you can pause the video. Another Tobias. Like, really? Why we gotta get another Tobias? He cool and all, but he not that cool. All right. Namata Primeval Warden. It's our rare here. Tree Folk. 2 and Gruel. Reach. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. When you do, create a 1/1 green sapling. Creature token. Controls the graveyard and gives you value for nothing. Play 1 green, sacrifice a sapling. Namata Primeval Warden gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Or you can play 1 and a black, sacrifice 2 saplings, draw a card. So he is an all things, everything kind of guy. So Tree Man, Stain Art Glass, rare. Oh, look at this beautiful land here. Darkar Waste. This is another pain land with the special art. So beautiful, cloudy looking area, very serene looking. It's a blue and white one. Next we have the Raven Man, Stain Art Glass. He's 1 and a black human wizard. At the beginning of your end step, if a player Discards a card this turn. Create a 1/1 blackbird creature token with flying, and this creature can't block. That's the one negative side of that. It can't block. So almost worse than it's almost like Decay, but give me a flyer instead. But it's questionable. 3 and a black, tap. Each opponent discards a card. Activate only as a sorcery. So he's an interesting one. I can believe that somebody can make a really good deck out of him, but definitely makes it a little bit tougher with not being able to create blockers. And then our token is going to be the Phyrexian and a Sand Warrior on the other side for Hazon, if you can pull him. Alrighty. Let's motor on through this. Alright, Negate, Colossal, Extinguished Light, Lagomos. He's pretty cool. Hand of Hatred. He actually is really cool. If you he creates a 2/1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste, sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step, and you can basically tap him, search through your library for a card, put it into your hand and shuffle. But you only can activate this if 5 or more creatures died this turn. So interesting tutor creature with some drawback of having to have 5 creatures die, but you can make this happen. You can easily make this happen. And you can do it off your turn. And don't let you have the ability to untap them. It's going to be over. Joint Exploration. And we're at that Swamp Stained Glass. Ooh, thing is pretty. Stained Glass. Tura, Kenrid, Sky Knight. That's pretty. Stained Art Glass or whatever. A lady driving blind on a griffin coming down. High mana cost. But it's flying. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. So cool. She's calling the cavalry. Oh, Danatha Benalia's Hope. So we see her again, but in her regular art. Really, really pretty here. It's really nice. I love it in foil. Next rare is Valiant Veteran, who is a lord for soldiers. He's a 2-drop, and basically 3 and 2 white. You can exile him from your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on each soldier you control. So that's really cool there. Pretty art. Probably one of the weaker of the lords that's in this set, but dope art. Next we have Balmore, Stained Glass version. Talked about him earlier. Oh, we got Torwaki the Younger. He's an interesting little guy here. Has reach and lifelink. I originally was going to make a deck with him and ended up backing out. Sorry, I had to make a couple adjustments, but I ended up having to back out of making a deck because of Tetsuo Umezawa getting a card. But Torwaki the Younger is 3 colors and Rakdos. He's a human archer with reach and lifelink. If another source you control would deal non-combat damage to a permanent or a player, it deals that much damage +1 to that permanent or player instead. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Torwaki the Younger deals 2 damage to any target. So pretty dope stuff there. He is very useful, and I use him as backup in my Tetsuo Imperial Champion deck. Nice card. Oh, and right after that, we get Tetsuo Imperial Champion. There he is. Whenever he is Grixis, a Grixis human samurai. You gotta love it. Whenever Tetsuo Imperial Champion attacks, if it's equipped, choose 1. Tetsuo deals damage equal to the highest value among equipment attached to it to any target. Or you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to the highest mana value among equipment attached to Tetsuo without paying its mana cost. Oh my goodness. There you go. Oh man. He's a 3/3 there. And he's very, very useful. I'm pretty sure y'all saw the deck tech I put up on him. Or not deck tech per se, but the deck list I saw on my last video when I talked about him. You can go look through that and see what all I got in my deck. But yeah. He is a samurai. He ends people quickly. That's a nice pull there. Good one. All right. Next, we have Stang Echo Warrior. This guy is very unique and Gruul. He is a Voltron commander, but there's a couple different ways you can take him. You don't necessarily have to always be Voltron if you don't want to, because he actually has a little bit of variety, where you can actually utilize some equipments and do some cool things. But whenever Stang Echo Warrior attacks, create Stang Twin, a legendary 3/4 red and green human warrior creature token. It enters the battlefield tapped when attacking. For each R and equipment attached to Stang, create a token that's a copy of it attached to Stang Twin. Sacrifice all tokens created this way at the beginning of the next end step. Cool stuff there. And then we have Sulphurous Springs, which is full. That's nice paint land here. Black and red there. To deal the damage if you want to get that color. So beautiful art. And then a bird token with elemental on the back. Nice, nice, nice. Let's get to the next one. See if we can cut some speed in here, get through this. Like I said, I don't want to hold y'all all day. All right. Then we have that island. We got one of every color on this stained lands. That's beautiful. Man, you can't get enough of that. Beautiful. Oh, and we got a nice hit here with Jorah, Ageless Innovator. You tap her. Well, first off, she's an Is It color. Drop so cheap. You tap, put 2 Ingenuity counters on Jorah, Ageless Innovator. Then you may put an artifact card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield, where X is the number of Ingenuity counters on Jorah. We know Jorah can always be broken. All her cards do it. And yeah, this is just another one in her repertoire, because you know you can tap and untap her in blue so easy, and you can make a whole bunch of stuff hit your battlefield for the free ski. A Darker Ways, another one of those lands that pings for you. We got Anointed Peacekeeper, Extended Art, Human Cleric with Vigilance. Whenever a Peacekeeper enters the battlefield, look at an opponent's hand and choose any card name. Spells your opponent's cast with the chosen name cost 2 more to cast. Activate abilities or sources with the chosen name cost 2 more to activate unless they're mana abilities. So kind of a little bit of that Spellbinder Cleric, but without the flying. Then we have my girl Rona in the stained glass version of her. She's a human wizard. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses 1 life. You may cast Rona Childred's Faithful from your graveyard by discarding 2 cards, in addition to paying its other costs. So glad to see her back. This card was a little bit underwhelming for me, because my first ever commander deck was the Rona deck, Disciple of Gix, and I was hoping to have something to complement her very well. And on the offshoot, I got a card that I would have to redesign my whole deck to truly take advantage of her. So a little disappointing, but hey, it is what it is. She did kick a little bit of Karn butt in the story. And then for our legends, we have Jasmine Borrell of the 7. She's 1 in Selesnya, human druid. You tap her, add Selesnya to your mana pool. Spend this mana only cast creature spells with no abilities. Creatures you control with no abilities can't be blocked by creatures with abilities. So she's one of them. Let me make my things unblockable if they vanilla. So if you want to go that route, there you go. Because the funny part is, her card was originally a vanilla card that was like a nice little CMC, and it didn't do anything. It just had some quotes on it. So yeah. Hazazon, we've been kind of preluding to that guy, I think, with some of the tokens. He is Shaper of Sand. He is Naya. He's a human warrior, 3/3. He has Desert Walk. You may play desert lands from your graveyard. Whenever a desert enters the battlefield under your control, create 2 1/1 red, green, and white sand warrior creature tokens. So not as strong as the other Hazazon, but definitely much more manageable, and I guess easier to make a deck out of. But you gotta find some deserts. There you go. And then we have Roga Keep Overlord. He's a Cobalt Warrior. Got some more power coming in here. 3 in Rakdos. He's a 4/4. Other Kobolds you control get +2/+2. Whenever you cast a Cobalt spell, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. Whenever you cast a dragon spell, create a 0/1 red Cobalt creature token named Kobolds of Keep. So there you go. The support for dragons, and if you like kobolds, there you go, another good guy. Then we have Miria, Scholar of Antiquity. She is a elf artificer. People are likening her to Urza, except for with Gruul. So Tap and untap non-token artifact you control, add green. Tap two untapped non-token artifacts you control, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. So it's just very unique, especially in this color dealing with artifacts. And I look forward to seeing some decks where people make her and see how it goes. Not a fan for me, but you know, could be cool if you're running any kind of equipment, stuff like that. I think we got a lot of artifacts that you can use for yeah, for value there. All right, and then we have a soldier token and a monk on the back. Cool. All right, let's get it. Next pack. So far, so good. It's looking real nice, guys. Loving it. You got it going on here, Anthony. Arbok Repossession, Radiant Grove, Bog Badger, Cold Culprit. So these are all the little commons. Let's get to that beautiful stained glass. Oh, can't beat it ever. Then first up we have Ivy, Gleeful Spell Thief in the stained glass. She's Simic and doing Simic things. She has flying whenever a player casts a spell that targets only a single creature other than Ivy, Gleeful Spell Thief. You may copy that spell. The spell targets Ivy. So, and it's a May ability, so you don't have to worry about somebody trying to Path to Exile something, automatically Path to Exile her. You basically choose what you want to have target her. So that's what makes her strong. She even makes aura, like somebody uses an aura on a creature, she gets it too. So it's pretty dope. Then we have Silverback Elder, 2 and 3 green. Ape Shaman. This guy is dope. Whenever you cast a creature spell, choose one, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tap. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, or you can gain 4 life. 5/7. Now this guy is the mythic. He is the first mythic I think that we pulled so far. Surprisingly enough. So we're gonna put him off to the side, unless I miss some things. Maybe I take a quick look back. Hold on, real quick. Make sure I didn't miss. I'm pretty sure that was the only mythic that we hit so far, or whatnot. Oh, sorry. Sataru is a mythic. So my bad there. I mean, that's Sataru. I'm in the wrong set, right? Tetsuo is a mythic, and I think that's it though. So yeah, just wanted to make sure I was not missing some things. Let me see something real quick. Hold on. Sorry guys. All rares. Yes, these are all rares. Cool. Sorry about that. So yeah, so this time we are definitely light on mythics compared to normal. Normally we'd have way more mythics by now. But maybe we have like about 6 more packs left over, so we might have a whole bunch more in there, right? So let's continue on and see. Sorry. Here we go. Green Sleeves, Morrow Sorcerer. She is a mythic, so a double mythic. There we go. My bad. So we are catching up on mythics here. Protection from planeswalkers, and from wizards. Green Sleeves, Morrow Sorcerer's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 3/3 green badger creature token. Yeah, there you go. Pretty dope. There is a mythic. So we got 3 mythics in. Rulik Mun's Warren Chief. He's a goblin with menace. Whenever Rulik Mun's War Chief attacks, look at the top cards of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield tab. If you didn't put a card onto the battlefield this way, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. So he runs into danger and gets some goblins. So, you know, goblin tribal. It's always good. Good addition. Here we go. And then we have another Torwaki the Younger. Right here, uncommon with that pretty art there. Put them there. And then we have Rada Drybik of Urborg. This one is 2 and Orzhov is a zombie wizard with vigilance and war 2. Other zombies you control have vigilance. Whenever another legendary creature you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary, and it's a 2/2 black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. So pretty nice there. And then we have another Sulphur Springs. And we have Emperor Mahel II. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast Merfolk spells from the top of your library. Whenever you cast a Merfolk spell, you may pay 1. If you do, create a 1/1 blue Merfolk creature token. So pretty dope there, 3/3. And we have a bird token. Yay, buddy. All right. And then we are halfway through, and we will finish up here in just a second. Alrighty. I just had to clean that up a little bit or whatever, make it look nicer. Here we go. Next pack. Alrighty. Let's see here. Dragon Phalanx, Master Cavalier, Duvian. Alright, so we're gonna look right at this planes. Looking nice, looking spiffy. Always shiny. Lands are always cool here. Then we have Ellis Ilkor, Sadis Pilgrim. She's Orzhov, a Phyrexian core cleric. Love seeing Phyrexian as a creature type, which is pretty cool. She has Death Touch. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Whenever another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. So she has that whole Soul Sister kind of thing going on a little bit, but she's got that black in her. And then you also have I forgot the name of the freaking card now, the black card that basically whenever a creature dies, it deals 1 damage, you gain a life from a creature or whatever, but you get what I'm saying here. So she's really good, really cool. Stained Hourglass shininess. That's dope. Then we have the Raven Man. I'm sorry, she's a shiny uncommon there. The Raven Man is here. He's our rare here. We already went over him. This is regular art. Looks really cool. It's nice to finally figure out who the Raven Man is. So if you know anything about the lore, this guy is Limdol. So he's been around for a long time, back in the days with Urza and everybody else. Thought to be dead, but apparently he is still here, messing with Liliana. Then we have Haughty Djinn. It's 1 and 2 blue. With flying, it's a Djinn. Haughty Djinn's power is equal to the number of instant and sorcery spells in your graveyard. Instant and sorceries spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So he punch you in the face real hard if you put a lot of instant and sorceries. Meant for a spell slinger deck. Then we have another Torah Kinrud. Why can't I pronounce these words all of a sudden? Kinrud Sky Knight. Yep, it's another Stained Art full glass version of her. Coolness. And then next we have another Jasmine Borel, this time without the etched foil or whatnot, but you know what she does, gives life to the vanilla creatures. Sorry, she's uncommon. And then we have Miria, Scholar of Antiquity, another art, stained glass art, but this one is not foil. Cool. And did we hit one? People hate it, but he's here. Karn Living Legend, 4-drop colorless. They are saying that this is the weakest Karn there is. I'm pretty sure I can beg to differ. He'll probably be pretty strong once we see what else is coming out in the next set. But Karn, he comes in with 4 loyalty. He is a mythic, so that's our next mythic drop. You +1 to create a tapped Power Stone token. It's an artifact with tap for 1 colors. This mana can't be spent to cast a non-artifact spell, but you can use it on abilities. So keep that in mind. -1, pay any amount of mana. Look at that many cards from the top of your library, then put one of those cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And I think that's the part that people are not really liking too much on, because you're putting more mana into them and they don't like that idea or whatnot. But I mean, it's card selection. And then you -7, you get an emblem with tap and untap artifact you control. This emblem deals 1 damage to any target. So, and that can become very useful if you got a bunch of artifacts on the field. You just need to finish somebody off. You can ping them to death, and that emblem is not going anywhere. So, there you go. Also, whenever you say tap and untap artifact you control, you'd have to sacrifice whatever ability it was on it. But yeah, you can really make that happen. It's pretty cool. All right, next, Runvelt Horde Master, another lord here. This is one for the Goblin Warriors. Other goblins you control get +1/+1. Whenever Runvelt Horde Master or another goblin you control dies, exile the top card of your library. If it's a goblin creature card, you may cast that card using until the end of your next turn. Sorry. There you go. See how that goes? Not too bad at all. So, yeah, good stuff there. Beautiful card. Another soldier token. Elemental. Put that guy away. All right, going to the next pack. It's looking real nice, man. Looking real nice. Moving along pretty smoothly. I think got some cool type of cards in here that really can make a difference when you're making a commander deck, which is really cool. Let's get rid of the Vashino branch. I like this card. A lot of people don't care for it. I mean, it's a regular common, but it looks really cool as haste. Children's Restoration, just a revival card. Here's one of those uncommon legends. Nail, Ivy, Zora, Aeronaut. 2 and a Simic. Elf Scout, flying, has domain. You can see what it really does there. So now I'm not a fan of it, but it could be useful to somebody. Got the swamp there, that shiny swamp. I think I should have zoomed in a little bit earlier, guys, so y'all can see these beautiful arts, because this thing looks good. Nail, Avizora, Aeronaut. There we go there. Got her. We've seen her already multiple times. And here's another Lord here for the Shadow Rite Priest. This is the one for clerics and black. He gets +1/+1. But his cool part is he's a tutor as well. For 3 and 2 black, you tap him, sacrifice another cleric, so you can't sacrifice him. Search your library for a black creature card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. And that's where the greatness comes from, is the fact that, yeah, you can just put it directly on the battlefield. So it's really good stuff, and he can be around to do it again. So don't sleep on that guy. Oh, some guy they call the Dragons. Blade Wing, Deathless Tyrant. 5 and black and a red. Dragon Skeleton, flying haste. So he hitting you right out the gate. He's a 6/6. Whenever Blade Wing, Deathless Tyrant deals combat damage to a player or a planeswalker, for each creature card in your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie knight creature token with menace. Nice art. All right, then we have Aaron Benalia's Ruin. This is Donata's dad, who got transformed. I'm hearing that he can be good. I looked at him and was very skeptical in the beginning, but maybe so. He's 2 white and a black, a Phyrexian human with menace. A black and a white, tap, sacrifice another creature, put a +1 count on each creature you control. He's a 3/3. So that's, I guess, what especially comes in, especially if you're a sack outlet type deck and you're sacking creatures anyways, you just making stuff bigger. Pretty cool. All right, another Tobias Doom Conqueror. Why are you still here? Yes, we've seen what he does already. When he dies, for each non-token creature you control that died this turn, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. He has flash. All right, now we got to a girl with some power. Aisha Tanaka Armorer. She's 3 and white and a blue. Human Artificer. Whenever Aisha Armorer attacks, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may put any number of artifact cards with mana value less than or equal to Aisha's power from among them onto the battlefield tapped. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Aisha can't be blocked as long as defending player controls 3 or more artifacts. So she becomes unblockable when you get more artifacts on the field. So you just armor her up, put some mana rocks in there, and yeah, man, you just swing and value time. Pretty dope. Cool legendary. And then we have Jedit Orion Mercenary. Finally got another legend card. It's a mythic one. It's Cat Mercenary. Whenever Jedit or Orion Mercenary or another legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay a green. If you do, create a 2/2 green cat warrior creature token with Forest Walk. So a tribute to his old 2 cards. And we got another legend remade here. So pretty cool card. All right, then we have Activated Sleeper. Oh, full extended art. This is nice. For instance, Shapeshifter with Flash. You may have Activated Sleeper enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature in a graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn, except it's a Phyrexian in addition to its other types. So got a clone in black with the Flash. So pretty cool card. Could be very useful when you tie with Urtine, things like that. Oh, shoot. Put them in the wrong pile. Rare. A sapling, fully, and a merfolk. So if you got some merfolks coming. All right, going to the next one. All right, don't be too thick. Paper is hard to open there. We have Heroic Charge. Let's go through these comments. Let you see that. Pretty cool stuff. Garna is one of those uncommon commanders. Another one that don't sleep on. She's 1, a black, and 2 red. Human berserker. Whenever another creature you control dies, draw a card if it was attacking. If it wasn't, otherwise, Garna Blood Fist of Kale deals 1 damage to each opponent. So she's a 4/3. So pretty cool. So the comeback of Garna, no flash this time, but still doing damage. You got that shiny mountain. We have Rana, Children's Faithful. The Cruelty of Gix. So 3 and 2 black. It has the ability to read ahead where you basically start on any of the pips. But you do sacrifice the activations of the other ones. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a creature or planeswalker card from it. That player discards that card. Search your library for a card. Put that card into your hand, then shuffle. You lose 3 life. Now that's nice, a little tutor. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So nice. So whatever you make that person discard, you can actually search to go get whatever you want, and then you can take whatever they discarded. So cool little combo there on the Saga. So nice. And you can just jump ahead if you wanted to. Then we have Temporal Firestorm. It's Teferi and Jaya together for the last time. Sad. Has kicker of 1 in white and or 1 in a blue. Choose up to X creatures and or planeswalkers you control, where X is the number of times that this spell was kicked. Those permanents phase out. That's the Teferi side. Temporal Firestorm deals 5 damage to each creature and each planeswalker, and that's the Jaya side, dealing damage. Pretty cool sorcery speed spell. Then we have Najal, the Storm Runner, uncommon, Staying Art, Glass Foil. The General, Marholt, El's Dragon again. And then we have Rasputin, the Onin Master, 1 and blue and a white human wizard. So he is, unfortunately, he is not as cool as the old Rasputin, because unfortunately in some of the legends you do have some of the old legends being really, really good because he was epic. I made a deck with him and I could just pop off at any time. This one's a little bit more tamed. Human wizard, when Rasputin the Honor Master enters the battlefield, put a dream counter on it for each opponent you have. Each opponent creates a 1/1 red goblin creature token. You tap, remove 1 or more dream counters from Rasputin, add that much colorless mana. You can tap, remove a dream counter from Rasputin, and create a 2/2 white knight creature token with protection from red. So he can block those goblins that you would have come out. So yeah, you almost put yourself at a disadvantage, but I mean, they're 1/1, so they're not too bad. And if you have some kind of like Panharmonicon or something, I think you work out a little bit better to kind of help you out with some of that stuff. So, or some kind of doubling season or something to double up those counters to give him more mana. But I'm pretty sure there's a way to break this guy. We'll just keep our eye on him and see what happens. There. All right. Then we have Torsten, founder of Dominaria 5 and Silesia, soldier human. Whenever Thorsten enters the battlefield, reveal the top 7 cards of your library. Put any number of creature and or land cards from among them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. When Thorsten dies, create 7 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. He's a 7/7 mythic. Bam, bam, bam. There you go. He's a very high mana cost, but he offers so much value. This is a card that I think you should keep an eye on because people might really want it down the line. People when they figure out how to break it. And then we have Rosnot Hair of Roga. It's a 1-drop, a Cobalt Warrior, so right out of the Cobalt area. And it has Battle Cry, heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Rosnot Hair of Roga, create a 0/1 red Cobalt creature token named Cobalt of Kirkkeep. It's a rare. She's a 0/1, but she angry, so she gets a little bit fiercer than her dad. All right, and then we have our tokens. Next pack. Almost there, guys. 2 more after this one. Let's make it happen. Got a Healer, Herbalist, Juniper Order, Root Weaver. So this is the stuff that, you guys seen, but not the greatest. Rada, Coalition, Warlord, 2 and a Gruul. We see Rada back again. This was not as strong as her normal setups that she do, but she's tired of the freshness. She want to kick some butt. She's an elf warrior. Whenever Rada Coalition Warlord becomes tapped, another target creature you control gets plus X until end of turn, where X is a number of basic land cards among lands you control. So she can buff up a creature pretty nicely if you want to have her as a secondary. So pretty cool there. That Shiny Forest. We have what's name's father again, the Danitha's father again. Quarian Beast Collar is a rare. One in a green, a Dryad warrior. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you put a +1 counter on Quarian Beast Collar. When Quarian Beast Collar dies, distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of creatures you control, where X is the number of +1 counters on Quarian Beast Collar. So it's pretty dope. Alrighty. And then we have Primeval Spawn. This is straight out the Commander deck from Jared. It's that 5-color Painbow deck. It's 5 and Ruberg. It's a lot of mana to cast it. If Primeval Spawn would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, or no mana was spent to cast it, exile it instead. So no way to really cheat the cost. Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink, which is dope. It's a 10/10, which is also nice. When Primeval Spawn leaves the battlefield, exile the top 10 cards of your library. You may cast any number of those cards with total mana value 10 or less from among them without paying their mana cost. So pretty cool, worth the value after the fact. You spend that 10 mana, you will be paid off in the long run. So pretty neat. And then we have Braid, Argavian Recruiter. Baird, he's Boros. At the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature with power greater than its base power, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. So yeah, cool stuff there. Bard doing Bard things. Another General Marhut Elves Dragon. Oh, sorry, he's an uncommon, and he's an uncommon. We have another rare in King Darien. We already talked about him earlier. Dope art. The Ever-Changing Dane has come back from the Legend setup or whatever. One sacrifice of a creature, the Ever-Changing Dane becomes a copy of the sacrifice creature except it has this ability. Yeah, man, that guy's nasty. And then we have a Haughty Jin again. We've seen this guy already. And then we have the token and the treasure on the back. Cool. 2 more packs, guys. 2 more packs. Let's slide these over and make room for our mythics here. They stand alone because they are elite class. There we go. Alrighty. Get through the cheap stuff here. Twinferno is one to not sleep on though for the uncommon. One in a red. When you cast your next instant sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy, or you may target creature, or you may allow target creature you control gain double strike until end of turn. So that one has ability. That's Joda and Jaya teaming up. So pretty cool. More fire, Jaya asks. More fire, Joda agrees. So pretty cool. And then here's another team up card, Rada and Danitha, which is pretty cool. This one's not as strong, but okay, you take the 17 Ragers and the Hulk on the right. I'll take the 10 Defilers and the Plague Lord on the left. Ready? Danitha to Rada. So cool flavor text there. Then we have the Island, Shininess. Then we have Ralph Weatherlight Stalwart. He is 1 and a blue human wizard. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control. If you do, draw a card. And you can pay 3 and 2 white creatures you control, get +1/+1, and gain vigilance until the end of turn. He's a 1/3. So pretty cool. Too bad he's not flying like he was in the last card. So there we go. Namata Primeval Warden. We've seen this guy already. He gives you value for nothing, but it's great. Graveyard hate. Then we have Ragefire Hellkite. That thing looks angry. It's a 4 and 2 red, 5/3 dragon. Has flying. Whenever Ragefire Hellkite attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, Ragefire Hellkite gains double strike until end of turn. So, yep. I wasn't aware of this guy either. I missed him somewhere down the line. But it kind of has that old little dragon fire thing going on. Pumping full of heat. Then we have a Garna Blood Fist of Kale. We've seen her already. This is a sustained art glass version of her. Oh, and what do you know? Tobias is back. King Darien also back. This guy's getting old. And then we have Soul of Windgrace, the Stain Art Glass version of him. This guy is being said to be even stronger than the Planeswalker version. He's one and John, cat avatar. Whenever Soul of Windgrace enters the battlefield or attacks, you may put a land card from a graveyard onto the battlefield tapped under your control. Discard it. You can pay 1 green, discard a land card. You gain 3 life. You can pay 1 and a red, discard a land card, draw a card. You can pay 2 and a black, discard a land card. Solo Ingrace gains indestructible until end of turn and tap it. He's a 5/4. So you see how the power can really shift with this guy. Pretty strong indeed. Pretty strong indeed. Then we have a Rattle Drybic of Urborg again. That's that zombie guy. This was in full Stain Art Glass. And then we have a soldier token with a worm on the back. All right. Last pack, guys. Last pack. Y'all ready for it? Can we have yet to get a Legends card, surprisingly enough. Kind of sad about that one so far. So let's see if we can luck out on this last pack. At 3%, man. Where's our Tabernacle? We want Tabernacle. Anthony needs Tabernacle. Let's see. All right, last pack. Let's see what we got here. Flowstone Infusion. This is just that common. Goblin Picker. This one I feel like they missed a moment on. His other hand should have been up his nose. He should have been picking something. That would have been awesome. He's picking something, but he should have been picking something. You know what I mean. Flavor. Ephraim Worm. Linebacker Balroth. Yoda declares war. And then we have our Shiny Plains. All right, another Braids Arisen Nightmare. Or whatnot. There she goes there in her fully shiny glory. We have a Defiler of the Flesh. So this is that other one part that's like I'll tell you about with the Defilers. So this one's in black, similar to Crick here, except for he only can do permanents. Whenever you cast a black permanent spell, that creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains menace until end of turn. So like I said, very similar to Crick. Let's see here. Oh, Sleeper Agent. Mayday. Sleeper Agent is here. Sleeper Agent gonna punch you in the face. So this is a really unique one, really good one here. A lot of people might sleep on this one, but it's a 1-drop in black. It's a human. It's a 1/1, but then you can pay 1 black, evolve Sleeper Agent. Sleeper becomes a human cleric with base power and toughness 2/2. You can pay another 1 in a black. If Evolved Sleeper is a cleric, put a Death Touch counter on it, and it becomes a Phyrexian human cleric with base power and toughness 3/3. Then you can do it one more time, which is 1 and 2 black. If Evolved Sleeper is a Phyrexian, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Now the key to this is you can continue to do this or whatever, and continue to put +1 counters on it, and continue to draw cards and continue to lose life, which will provide you value. So this 1-drop becomes a very crucial piece for late game play. Another Rada. This one there in the Stain Art. And then we have another bad boy from the Legends, a Ramirez Di Pietro Pillager, a 2 and black and a blue human pirate. He's uncommon. Whenever Ramirez Di Pietro Pillager enters the battlefield, you lose 2 life and create 2 treasure tokens. So you done got some money. Whenever 1 or more pirates you control deal combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled. So that's pretty cool. And you have to use those treasures though to cast those cards, because it does not change the amount of color cost. So pretty cool card there if you're into pirates. Next, we have Rogar Kerkeep Overlord. So another one of that, but this one's in the etched art. Looking a little, it's a little textured too, maybe. No, I think it's just the etched art. Looks pretty dope though. Yeah, I don't think it's textured, but yeah, that was really nice if you're trying to do the Cobalt thing. Then we have another Jorah, Ageless Innovator, Stained Glass. She's this not the shiny version, so pretty cool. We see what that can do. And lastly, bang, 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 at the end, Shieldred, the Apocalypse. I know you're happy now, Anthony, because this is the card you wanted. 2 and 2 black Phyrexian Praetor, Death Touch. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. And it is the last mythic of the box. What a way to end the setup. Shieldred is Shieldred, and she needs to go. She brought a lot of chaos and mayhem to Dominaria. She did her job well. So yeah. And that looks like that's it. There's the bird for the Raven Man. Oh man. There we go. So yeah, that is a pack. How's it going, guys? And now for the finalization, I just want to show my face a little bit for the final, you know what I'm saying, as I do the recap and all. We are going to open this last little box topper for the pack, see what we got here. You guys ready? All right. And it's Torwaki. Oh, they've been getting a lot of people with that one. That box topper Torwaki. They did too many of those, I think. Because everybody I know opened a Torwaki. So that's that for the box topper. So yeah, let's do a quick little recap on the rares and the mythic. All right, and for the rare recap, we got Namada, Permanent Wardens, Mana Cannons, the Raven Man, Walden Mindslinger, Threats Undetected, Danitha's Benalia's Hope, Braids, Leyline, Cave of Koilos, King Darian, Defiler of Instinct, Orca Siege Demon, the Ever-Changing Dane, Reaver Cleaver, Temporary Lockdown, Ardakar Waste, Emperor Mahel II, Sulphur Springs, Rada Dragric, Ivy, Minerva, Minerva, Raga, Hazizon, Anointed Peacekeeper, Adakar Waste, Beautiful Jorah, Sulphur Springs, Staying Echo Warrior, Valiant Veteran, Danitha Regular Art, Rosnakath. Why can't I say these names? Rasputin, Temporal Firestorm, The Cruelty of Gix, Activated Sleeper, Aisha Tanaka, Blade Wing, Shadow Right Priest. So many rares and collector boosters to go through. Runvelt Horde Master, Miria, Haughty Jin, the Raven Man, Evolved Sleeper, Defiler of Flesh, Braids again, Rada Drobic, Soul of Windgrace, good one there, King Darian, Ragefire Hellkite, Namata, Haughty Jin, the Ever-Changing Dane, King Darian, Primeval Spawn, Kyrian Beastcaller, Jorah Aegis Innovator, Raga Kerkeep Overlord. That is your rares, people. The beautiful stained glass. Yes, 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 yes. That is some beautiful stuff there, buddy. You're gonna love those, Anthony. And then your promo Lana War Lore Speaker. Pretty cool art there. And then the big boys here, the mythics. Trostin, Founder of Benalia, which is a good one. You have the Jedit Ogian Mercenary. If you love Jedit, then this is a cool card to have. Give you some nice bank colors to work with. Oh, that heavy hitter, Karn Living Legacy. Too bad wasn't no Liliana's in here, but Karn will do just fine. And then you have Green Sleeves, which I think everybody wants to hunt her down. So she's kind of cool because she's a powerhouse. So I think she'll make a great commander in a green deck. You got the boy Tetsuo Imperial Champion, looking sweet and clean. You know that's my favorite. So it's pretty dope there or whatnot with the Esh foil. So cool. And then the Silverback Elder. There you go. This guy is amazing. And then lastly, the main hitter right here, Shieldred the Apocalypse. Looking clean. But yeah. And guys, that is it. Anthony, thank you again for being a trooper and helping us out here and getting us in the game here to kind of pop some heads and see what was in these collector boosters. Unfortunately, we didn't get any Legends cards. That's wild. And they did say it's 3%, and apparently we were not that 3%. So, but you know, for next time, hopefully, keep it locked, and we'll do some more things here. And yeah, hopefully we can get some Commander games up and going sooner or later. Sorry for the delay on that end, but thank y'all for tuning in to Black Magic Commander, and we'll see y'all next time. Enjoy your Labor Day.